Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting show of the African Digest Show. Um, Today, the topic will be on relationships. I hope you're all well. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I understand our viewers are from all over the world. Um, Sorry for yesterday, I could not make it. I had a very bad cold, but today I feel much better. Today we're joined by two lovely ladies. They go by the names Gwendoline, and we also have Miri Romundiwa. So Miri Romundiwa is a medical student from the National University of Science and Technology, and she's also the Minister of Sports and Recreation for the Student Representative Council. So today we have those two lovely ladies on our guest list, and they will help out on the issues to do with the relationships. So today we want to get straight into business. And the first question of the day is, as a woman, as a lady, what do you look for in a man? So this is a question to the floor. To everyone who just joined that, feel at home. You can comment on the comment section. You can chat up with our guests. You can chat up with me on the comment section. You can add any comments, critiques. We welcome all negativity or positivity. We welcome into the show because we are all here to learn. We are all here to share ideas. So feel free to participate from the chat room. I hope you can all hear me. This is the African Duchess Show. We are always here Monday to Friday with your host, Trumbidzai Mzopa from Zimbabwe in Southern Africa. So I hope you can all hear me. So back to the question, first question of the day. As a woman, what do you look for in a man? Over to you, Miriro or Gwendolyn. Anyone can reply to that.
Gwen, you can start.
Okay, let's start with Miriro. What's your cup of tea? What do you look for in a man?
Okay. So for me, hi guys, sorry. Forgive my manners. So for me, in a relationship, what's most important to me is compatibility. Yeah. Yeah. So above everything, I mean, of course you can't ignore the looks, but like the most important thing is compatibility, which um which goes both ways really. Because I feel like compatibility is when each other's needs are met, right? And there's there's a thing called one-way compatibility where one feels like the relationship is flourishing and they are fulfilling the other person's needs, but they are suffering. And I feel like that's a little selfish. So for me personally, I look at emotional intimacy. Can we Do we understand each other? Can we be vulnerable around each other? Do we get each other right? So that's the first thing, and then the second thing I look at is spiritual intimacy. Do we understand each other spiritually? Do we share the same beliefs? Not like really religion, but spirituality, right? Are we compatible in that department? And I also look at recreational intimacy. What do you like doing during your spare time? Maybe, okay, for example, I talk too much. So can we sit and have a conversation and be like, we had a great time? Can we go watch basketball or can we sit down and draw and be like, we had a good time? You understand? That kind of recreational intimacy. And also, I think the other important thing to me in the marriage of compatibility is intellectual intimacy. Can we switch from one topic to another? Can we talk about sports and can we talk about politics and can we talk about novels and get along and be like we had a good time? So yeah, basically, and also well, this one I have to explain more clearly, but I feel like sexual intimacy is also a point. Not to say we have like not to say people should have like sex for marriage, but like if I tell you that I want to wait to marriage,
we
right?
welcome all
No, like
responses.
maybe I get it. But let me explain. Like, if I tell you I want to wait to marriage, are you willing to wait with me? Do we
Okay.
share the same sentiment? Exactly.
Okay.
So I feel like it's important to feed in all those things, and yeah, I feel like if each other's needs are met in those categories, for me, I call that a proper relationship. Sorry, I talk too much, but yeah, that's what I look for in a person, in a man, compatibility mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about on the stature? Do you prefer them tall? Do you prefer them buffy? Do you prefer them light skinned? What's your cup of coffee,
Okay.
Miriam? What's your cup of
Wow. Now that's yeah. Well, going to vanity. I prefer them tall. I don't like light guys. No offense, but like just I feel like melanin does it for me. For guys, I feel like they're mainly when they are dark.
okay?
But yeah, I think yeah, pretty much
Okay.
tall, dark. Yeah, I think that's me. Okay.
Okay.
Moving from yeah.
Okay. That was Miriam, and those were some of the things that she looks for in a man. I don't know. When I
Oh. Okay, since our network is becoming a problem.
Yeah,
Can't
I
hear
think I
you.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. So, the same question is applying to you as well. So, oh, I left out on the introduction. Gwendolyn is a financial analyst. So, Miss Financial Analyst, what do you look for in a man?
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
Money is what I look for in a man. That's number one. Be able to provide. The second thing, looks. I can't be walking around or being in a relationship with a man who's not kept. I think that's the word. Who can't keep himself. Like, you're supposed to get your hair cut, to know how to bath, smell nice, look good. I'm tall, so I would like to date a tall guy who's taller than me, and other things will follow.
Sorry, Gwen, you're breaking up. Could you please repeat that last part?
I said other things will follow.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all right. That was a response from Gwen. and she made an emphasis that she considers money. I hope you all heard that part. Money. Chelete. Money. Okay. So to the floor, our second question for the day is, would you compromise your happiness for the success of the relationship? Would you compromise your happiness for the success of the relationship? Because I understand the couples go through ups and downs, but I'm sure there's so much one can be able to cope up with. But however, because you want the relationship to be successful, you want your soulmate, you're looking for your life partner, would you sacrifice or would you compromise your happiness, your own happiness, at the expense of the relationship, or just for the success of the relationship?
Well, I feel like I feel like the question is tricky a little bit because one, it depends on what you call happiness, and two, it depends on what you look for in a relationship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, personally, I would never I because my love language is more of quality time and
Okay.
compatibility, and so if my relationship is not giving me happiness, it's probably sucking the life out of me.
Mm.
And why should I? I mean, if you're not happy there, why stay?
Okay.
But I also feel like, on the other hand, not to attack people, but like in general, I also feel like if then you value money in the relationship, now you have to face this thing of, okay, what if I leave this guy? The next guy I'm going to get will have money. Like, you get it. I feel like if your relationship is centered more on physical and materialistic things, it's easier for you to choose a relationship over happiness because you're like literally benefiting something every day.
Okay.
So personally, I would never. Personally, I would walk away fast. Yeah.
Okay. Gwen, please say something.
Hero's point where she said, if you're, I'm pumped up. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Rumbi, can you hear me?
Oh,
I saw them with
I think so. Think she's trying to restart it.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Were saying.
Okay, I was saying that the point whereby Miro was saying if your relationship is based on material things, like what I said earlier, that I would consider like considering a man who has money, because I also have my own money, and then when I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for someone who can provide for me. For instance, if I didn't have money, he's supposed to provide. For
Mm-hmm.
example, a guy can leave you because you can't cook something for him here in Zimbabwe, or you can't make a decent meal.
Mm-hmm.
You might have an ass, you might look nice, you might be a yellow bone, but he will drop your ass if you can't make sadza.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're saying materialistic, I think those materialistic relationships, someone will be trying to get out of poverty and they will
Okay.
sacrifice their happiness because of money. Just like how young
Yes.
girls are sacrificing their happiness and putting their health at risk, being in relationship with blessers because they want money. They want to remove themselves from poverty.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a relationship, like a normal relationship, a genuine relationship, for me, I feel like compromise and settling, there's like a fine line in between those two. So you find that most people settle because of circumstances. Probably you're getting old, you're 30, then you confuse settling with compromising.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also depends with what you consider is happiness. I would not sacrifice my peace, my mental state for a relationship. I'd rather be single than compromising my, or what can I say, putting my mental health at risk, putting my peace at risk. I can't compromise my peace for anything. So I would leave, not because he can't give me a gift or the money is not enough, but because he's disturbing my peace or the relationship is putting a strain on my mental health, I would leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get you. Sorry, but also to say, I feel like at the end of the day, love and happiness are complementary. Like you can't really have one without the other. Like you can only get the best of both together. Like you get it. Like you can. I feel like we can say I wouldn't compromise my happiness for love, but you can't really be happy without love at the end of the day. And I also feel like you can't really be in love and not be happy. I feel like they're complementary at the end of the day. They work hand in hand.
Okay. So that was from Miriro and Gwendolyn, and it seems like we're on the same page. They won't compromise their happiness for just for the success of the relationship. So, also, ladies, do you think past relationships or past secrets should always be kept hidden, or there's need to reveal those at the beginning of the new relationship?
When you say
When you
secrets,
can
what do
go.
you mean?
Okay.
Okay, let's say the new guy has a child, or yeah, maybe they have a child, or just hidden skeletons that you feel they really need to be put out there before someone emotionally invests into the relationship?
Okay, I feel like when if you're interested in someone, if for example, I can be chatting up with a guy and it's building up to something. If he has a child, he's supposed to tell me so that I emotionally prepare myself to be mom or girlfriend mom. Hello? Miro, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying when it comes to secrets, like what Rumbi was saying about baby, a person is supposed to be honest that
Mm-hmm.
I've got a child. And if I'm genuinely interested in that person, I will stay, I think, or I will leave. But a person is supposed to tell you so that you can make a grounded decision whether to continue the relationship or to stop. So I think
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to secrets or your past or whatever's going on with your life, there's some secrets that people aren't supposed to talk about. I know there's a woman code whereby you don't tell a man how many guys you've slept with.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to kids or that will impact on your future relationship, you're supposed to.
Hello, Gwen, we can't hear you the last part. We didn't hear the last part. Please repeat.
I was saying secrets. You're supposed to be honest with the person that you want to date or the person you want to be in a relationship with, because the moment you keep something as a secret, it can affect your relationship in a bad way. So you're supposed to put everything on the table. Then your future partner can decide to stay or leave on their own, not for you to decide for them. And then they find out when they're knee deep in the relationship, it'll just break their heart, it will damage them completely.
Maybe wrong. Anything to
I think I agree with Gwen that I think at the beginning of a relationship, people have to sit down and talk because these things have a funny way of catching up later. I feel like, okay, and this is just me, I'm not a relationship expert, but I feel like personally, I would want to know, Ukuti, okay, fine. Um, so maybe don't tell me the number, but tell me how your relationship ended, right? Because it could have an impact, like a huge impact on our relationship. For example, okay, just a mini story. For example, one of my exes apparently apparently dated a girl for like a couple of years and then she cheated on him. And so when we were dating, he kept accusing me of things that were not there because of that trauma. But I only got to know why they broke up later on. That's when I understood what was going on. Like, but before I didn't know what was going on. So I feel like past relationships do affect like current relationships, and I feel like people just need to sit down and talk at length Because when someone gets in a relationship, it's either they're healing or they're using you as a wound maid, right? Either they really want to move on or they're sort of like recreating the same scenario that happened previously and they want to do it differently. So you might just get caught up in someone else's demons and it won't be fair. So I prefer knowing. Yeah. Are you there?
You and I can hear you loud and clear. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Miriro?
Yes, I can. I can.
Okay, that's good. All right. I was okay. I was saying earlier on, most couples, most marriages, most people, they break up because of an essential element that will be lacking in the relationship. For me, I believe communication is the best way to avoid misconceptions.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so Muriel, we are back. Gwendoline. Okay, Gwendoline, are you
Yes.
back? Can you all hear me like this? Sorry to everyone who's watching. We are having a bit of a network challenge for some reason. I don't know why today on such a very interesting topic. Okay, so the next question was the next question was on the issue of communication. I was saying that communication is the one thing that's lacking in many relationships. Do you agree, or it's just something that you've never heard of? Because I think if there's communication, it would remove a lot of misconceptions. It would remove the bad assumptions or this picture that the other partner is has created in their mind. So, do you think communication is lacking? Also, maybe you've experienced that in your relationships or somewhere there somehow.
Okay.
I think that
Okay.
Okay, you're back up. Let me get out of here.
okay, I think
Okay, you're
that
back up.
in every
let,
relationship, whether it's
let me get out of
friendship
here.
or it's intimate or your family, people are supposed to communicate. It erases doubt. It also helps the next person not to assume things. For example, I go to work. My schedule is very busy. Today I
Mm-hmm.
respond in the morning, but I can come online. Probably I'm coming online to just check up on important messages. And my mindset is not in a place where I can talk to him because I'm extremely busy. I might then give him a one word answer like, okay, and he'll get pissed. I'm in the wrong because I didn't communicate that my day is going to be busy. So if I'm in that relationship, what I'm supposed to do is if I'm going to get into a meeting or if I'm going to be busy, I'm supposed to say, oh, hi, Han. My morning is going to be very busy today. So I won't be able to talk to you properly. But I'll try by all means to what? To text you when I can. That way he understands my side than for me to just keep quiet. Or I might leave the house on a Saturday evening. I don't communicate. I don't do anything. Probably it's an emergency, but I don't say anything. What is he going to think? First, he'll get worried that probably I've been kidnapped or I got into an accident. Then I keep ignoring him. I'm coming online, but I'm not talking to him. He's obviously going to think that I'm cheating. Maybe I've gone out with the girls for drinks and I'm just too drunk to reply his messages. Wasn't it better for me to then tell him that I'm going to be busy or I'm going out with the girls, I'm drinking, I'll talk to you probably in the morning, than for me to leave him in the dark and then his thoughts race and and he'll think otherwise. It just worsens the situation when people don't communicate. So I feel that communication is very important in any relationship, even in friendships. People should communicate. That's how you know what the other person likes and dislikes. That's how you can actually solve issues. I don't know, Miriro, what do you think?
Well, I agree with you 100% that communication is important. Like, it takes the guesswork out, avoids misunderstanding. For me, I would say I would describe communication in a relationship as I would compare it to, it is what a weave is to a slay queen. Like, it completes the relationship. Like, you can't have a relationship without communication. Yeah. It's an essential part of any healthy relationship, just like you said. Because even adding on to what you said, I feel like it's important for knowing each other in general. Because I feel like if you don't communicate as partners, or yeah, as partners, you run a risk of just coexisting. Like, you just exist, but you don't really know each other. You don't know what to expect from the other, and there's no trust there. I feel like communication is important. It's water to a flower. It helps the love to grow. It helps to build trust, avoids misunderstandings, takes out the guesswork. You know each other generally. I think you'll be happy if you learn to communicate. And I know this from experience. But yeah, that's what I think. I agree with you.
When can you hear us? Okay, seems like the network is really acting up today. If you're joining us today, this is the African Duchess Show with your host, Turumbi Zaim Zopa from Zimbabwe. That's in Southern Africa. Today, the topic of the day is on relationships. Miriro, it's good to have you back. You were saying?
Yeah, so I was just saying communication is key, not just communication, honest communication, open communication,
Okay.
frequent communication. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure you heard the other things that I
All
said earlier on.
right.
Yeah.
We didn't hear the last part because you were breaking up.
Or is it? I was with what did I say the last part? Okay, I was saying communication helps to build trust in a relationship, and a couple runs a less risk of drifting apart. It strengthens the love, it avoids misunderstandings, and helps people to know each other generally. And that's important in a relationship, for any relationship to work. Okay. You're ugly and you're not willing to wait for sex. That would never happen. That's not a relationship. That's a street.
All right, fam. I'm trying to wait for the Duchess to come back. Obviously, the internet is messing up over in Zimbabwe. And you guys know my voice is very hoarse. I'm doing numerous shows. Um, there she go. Okay, she's back. I'm just trying to keep everything going. My voice is hoarse, so I'm gonna let the ladies get back. I'm surprised how superficial they talk about relationships in Africa. The superficial stuff I'm hearing in here, boy. A lot of these African women, I would kick to the curb. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I kick you to the curb. You got to go. Dang, I kick you to the curb. Talking about money. You guys need to learn to struggle with somebody. You gotta be somebody's friend first. Nobody mentioned friendship. No one mentioned friendship. How much money you got? Is he annoying me? I don't know what's going on. How about friendship? Did you learn to be the gentleman's friend? Did you learn to be his friend? Are you guys friends first? That's the beginning of any healthy relationship. A friendship. Does he have any money? Because listen, if he has any money, he'll get rid of you eventually for somebody else younger. So if you hold on to money, you're gonna be in a bad way. You're gonna be in a bad way. He's gonna get rid of you for the next new model. There's always gonna be a younger woman than you. That's what you're gonna have to realize. Always gonna be a younger woman than you. So don't ever start a relationship talking about money and all these. You got to struggle with someone. You got to become his friend. Friendship.
Yes, I get your point. Hey, I get your point. But from what I said earlier on, my first answer was compatibility, and I don't think you can be someone's friend if you're not compatible. You cannot be. I don't think you can be someone's friend if you can't just sit for 30 minutes and talk and laugh and stay at a great time. So I feel like if you're compatible with someone, then automatically you can get to be their friend.
Well, no, not well. Friendship means you look. Compatibility means you're their friend. That's how you learn whether you're compatible or not. You start as a friendship, so you're going at the wrong. You starting at love first and working your way to friendship. No, you got to start being able to talk. Hey, can I tolerate you? Can I tolerate you? So that means friendship. No.
Okay, I get you, but
Okay.
I low key don't agree. I low key don't agree
Okay.
because I
There's nothing wrong with that.
feel like friendship comes after.
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. I want
I
to hear your
feel
opinion. Go ahead.
yes. So I feel like friendship comes after compatibility. You can't be friends before you are compatible with someone. It's a process, yeah, but I feel like you can
Okay.
only get to call someone your friend after a while, after getting to know that person,
Yes, I agree with
after
that.
establishing a certain degree of compatibility, then you can say this is my friend. That's what I think.
That's true too. That's true too. I agree with you there. I agree with that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look, um, life is like a roller coaster ride. You're gonna have ups and downs, and you're
Mhm.
gonna have to need someone. You're going to have to need someone in your corner. If your relationship started off on superficial grounds, you'll never survive whatever comes. Whatever life throws your way, you'll never survive it. You'll never survive it. The relationship will never last because life is ups and downs, turns and twists like a roller coaster ride. And for me,
I
I
agree
need
too.
someone. I need someone that's been in the struggle when I've been down and out. If I've had a woman that's there when I've been down and out, I know she's there when times get good because everything's not gonna always be unless she's some kind of a bum. Life is always gonna give you a good hand and a losing hand. That's how life goes. So I'm gonna be with the woman who was down with me when I had nothing. That's the kind of woman I know to be there when I'm on top because I know she's there for the long run. She's not there like for superficial gains. I tell you guys, if you guys looking for a man with money, he'll get rid of you. It's got to be more than money. As soon as he finds a younger, newer model, he's getting rid of you. You got to go. You, we all get old. So he said the next newer model is always a newer model. That's what women don't understand. That's why gold diggers never last. They never last. I have a few wealthy friends. Gold diggers don't last. They get you fun to play with, but I'm not gonna stay with you long because I can't trust you. I can't trust you to be there.
Can I please ask you
So
something?
yes, ma'am. Of course you can. I think we lost your connection.
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah,
wait
we
on
did,
you.
we did. But
I'll wait
also,
on you.
I was going to comment on what you just said, right? I totally agree. I totally agree. Personally, I'm not after money, but I feel like men shouldn't
No money.
be
No money will
easy.
come. No money. Money will come. You don't want somebody that doesn't have any ambition. I'm not saying not to be with somebody who doesn't have ambitions and goals. Yes, the money will come. I'm not saying to go find a bum. I'm telling you, because the funnest part when people remember when they have long marriages was always the struggle. When they didn't have nothing, when they were struggling to make it, and when they made it, that was good. But there was always the fun part of their marriage was when they struggled together, when they built things together. That was always you ask anybody about a successful marriage. Well, I don't know. In America, I know black men and women in America, whenever they struggle together and they built it together, there's a comfort and there's a respect and love for one another. No, there's a real respect and kinship for one another because you built it together. And that woman, and that's why you always see you'll never see a man you'll never see a man who's had a woman usually who's been there when he was broke. He'll never get rid of that woman. He'll never get because he knows he can trust her. She was there when he had nothing. Now let's say they build something together. These other women are only looking at him because now he's got something. Now they're looking at him because he has something. So he knows these other women wouldn't have paid him the time of day when he didn't have anything. So that woman who struggled with him, he respects her. He respects him. Go ahead, young lady. Ask me what you wanted to ask me.
Gwen,
Okay,
Gwen, are
I
you there?
wanted to ask, I was asking if you're an established man, like
We're not talking.
you've got your life
We're not
figured
talking
out.
about. Well, I would be considered upper class. All right, lady, I'm not. Yes, a woman has needs in the chat room. I don't know you. I can't pronounce your name, Simbo, Mayo, whatever. I can't pronounce your name, your African name. I'm not saying a woman doesn't have needs. We're not saying. I'm not. Listen, no woman's ever been with me has been, as we say in America, assed out. So I've never, I never put a. We're not saying a woman a gold digger. A woman only with you because of material gain. That's what we call here in America, a gold digger. Woman's only with me because I got money. That's why she's with me. She's not with me because she loves me. She loves me because she loves my bank account. That's what I mean. You get it?
but wait,
But
but
what
wait.
if you also date? But what if you're also dating a woman who's established herself, and
Exactly.
then probably she's got standards. She's saying,
Good.
I'm a manager or I'm a director at a company. I can't be dating someone who'll be asking for my car because naturally a man is supposed to provide. I'm the one who's supposed to be
Oh yeah,
asking for your car to go somewhere.
exactly right. I'm not. Listen. Now you saying he's a bum. Listen, I didn't say go get. I said you're both struggling together. I said you were already established, and to go out and find somebody less than you, that would be stupid. I agree with that. I'm not saying to go. I'm not saying to go unless you met him and he has real potential. And that's what a lot of women don't. And I can't stand white women. White women in America seem to know when black men have potential. Unless this dude you know has potential, he's less than you now, but you know he's gonna be more than you in the future. See, that's when you gotta know how to gauge potential. Now I'm not saying if you got I'm not trying to date somebody that's got not. Like I told the other young lady, I'm not trying to date no woman that has no ambition, that has no drive. Okay, I'm a, I'm gonna keep it 100. My son will be probably considered a millionaire. One of my sons is almost, well, he is a millionaire. He's a music producer in America. I always tell him, don't only date the girls that you meet that don't know who you are, that don't know you have money. If they drive around in one of your old raggedy cars, if that girl talks to you while you in that car, that's the one you talk with. But I raised him like that anyway. He already knows that. I raised him like that, so you can't. So, so I'm not telling you lower your standards. Yes, have standards. I believe in standards. I'm saying find a man that you are friends with that's on your equal playing game. I'm saying in the beginning of your life, if you meet someone you care about in the beginning, when you both are not established, okay, and you both are not established yet, pick the man that's going to struggle with you. He's the one that's going to last. He'll be there when let's say you got cancer and you die, or you get some disease. He's the one that's going to take care of your butt. He's the one that struggled with you. He loves you because he's been through the fire with you. That's what you got to understand. The one who struggled with you is going to be there. Going to be through the fire with you. That's why I raised my boys. Don't be with no chick that showed up 3 days ago because you got money. You get rid of them. Keep it moving.
I actually once dated a guy who had nothing. I dated a guy who had nothing. And the moment he got his first job, he dropped my ass for some girl with tattoos, gray hair, a nose ring, a big ass.
Okay, wait. Now, let's get honest. Does that reflect on you? You didn't know how to pick a man with character? That's you. That's your fault. That ain't the man's fault.
Yeah, that's my fault. So now I'm saying, no, I get it. I understand. It's my fault. I take the blame. That's why now I'm saying, even if I'll try to look for potential, I'm generally blind.
Yeah, look,
so I'll just peg my standards.
But you got to be a good judge of character. That's why I say you got to learn to be someone's friend. You got to get to know that person. It takes a while to actually know someone. You have to take a relationship takes time, and everybody's want to rush everything that they know. You learn his character. You know, I was young. I met some dubious women when I was in college that would not care because I was young. I went by looks, and their character was messed up, and they got me. They got me for money. They got me for money. I was like, God dang, they got me. So we all learn. It's okay, sister. We all learn. I was there too. I did that. We learned. I got bitten. I got bitten as well. But I'm saying, so that was my fault. I wasn't a good judge of character. That doesn't mean all black women are bad, or every black woman that's lower than me was bad. I need to learn what? How to judge her character. So I didn't judge the character. I said, oh man, this woman's gorgeous. Let me talk to her. And I kind of knew her character was dubious, but I was young. I didn't care, so I paid the consequences. Did you know listen, sister, did you know his character was dubious? Did you kind of know he wasn't no good? Did you kind of feel it? Or you just didn't know?
No, not really. Not really. I was friends with him for 6 months. We were friends for like 6 months. And he was a pretty cool guy. We were in college.
Not a whole 6 months. You were friends for a whole 6 months?
We were friends for a whole 6 months, and he was actually a sweet and caring guy. Then we finished college. I got my job.
Okay.
First. Then he got his job. Like, he was the next one to get his job. The moment he got his job, he left me.
Wow.
He started acting shady.
Well, I'm saying, okay. Well, I'm saying 6 months is not really a friendship. It's really just someone's character. But I'm saying I agree. So that was a learning lesson, right? Life has lessons. Life has lessons, Gwen. Life has lessons. Did you learn? So you learn from that, right? Life has
Yes,
lessons.
I did.
So you knew. So now you can spot a shady guy who's not on your level faster. Now you know. Hey, this guy is shady. He's shady. Now get away from me. No, you're shady.
But
So
but
I'm just saying.
that is hard.
Go
No,
ahead.
but like it's really hard to tell if a guy is shady in the beginning because they are all sweet in the beginning. Like you heard her, like he was really
That's
sweet for
true.
6 months and then boom,
That's
they just
true.
decide to change.
Okay.
So you really can't
What you're saying?
tell.
What you're saying is true. All guys are nice. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. When I was young, I wasn't a really good guy. So, yes, in the beginning, all men are not good guys. I will agree. The majority of men are not good guys. They're looking for sex. Okay, women are looking for sex. So I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, I'm gonna toot my own home. When I was young, I was a pretty good looking guy. So I knew I could get women. That was my forte. I didn't drink, smoke, or do drugs. My Achilles heel were beautiful black women. So that's what I would do. So I would behoove, like I told my daughters, don't trust no man smiling in your face. It's always a scam because he's trying to get you in the bedroom. So let a man now this let a man be your friend for a year without any conjugal visit. If he stays, he's your friend. If he doesn't, he's out. He was looking for something else. If a man can last a year, he's your friend. If he can't, he was looking to get you, Gwen. If he can't last a year without conjugal visit, he was out to get you. Because if a man is interested in being your friend, he will wait, right? And so me, in America, where I was raised, there was more women, more black women than men. It was like the ratio was like 13-1. So I didn't have to wait. It was 13 black women for every one black man. So it was like a buffet for me. A buffet of gorgeous black women. So it's a gorgeous, it's a gorgeous, but and you're right. I wasn't willing to wait no year, and I said, "Oh, I'm out. I'm gone. Keith, can you wait a year? What? I'm gone. I'm out. I'm out of here. Good luck with that." So I'm saying, any man is going to invest that time in you. That's going to be a friend.
Okay, there's a comment from the chat room, and it's the way you pronounce the name is Ngomile. So Ngomile Moyo is saying, others will stay even 10 years till you open up, and after they hit the road.
Yes, they do, and that is absolutely true. You can't really tell what.
What they do? What she saying?
They are willing to wait for the longest time just so you give them that, and then after that they leave.
I don't know what guys willing to wait that damn long. 10 years. What?
Oh my God, guys do wait that long because for them it's a win and so important to them, and to the to the other guys that hit that. So they'll wait, and they are willing to wait.
And then they hit the road.
Exactly.
Okay. Then they must got a bunch of other different women. I don't know. You should know whether you're the only woman or not. You should know. Listen, especially a black woman. A black woman, when she's in her natural state, she senses. Because black women are naturally telepathic. They sense when a man is cheating on them or doing fun. Because I knew when I was younger, when I was out doing dirt, and I would go into another girl's house, and she would say, I got a funny feeling you was just with somebody. I'm like, what? Girl, you crazy. Stop tripping. And they was 100% right. It blew my mind. They were 100% right. I was like, what? I got a strange feeling you just with somebody or something. I just feel them on you. And I took a shower, got the woman sent off me and everything. So I was like, so she's like, I feel like you with somebody or something. Nah, girl, you crazy. Stop tripping. But so I'm just saying.
But you see, that's based on assumption and instinct, right? Of which you can't really make such decisions based on assumption. You can't just accuse them, because what if they were not with someone? You understand? Just a bunch of assumptions. Can't really base your judgment on that.
Well, that's when you gotta learn how to read people. You gotta be, and everything is of course, everything is suggestion. I hate to tell you, this is science. People, this is done by the American CIA and the FBI. There's certain facial patterns people make when they lie. And if you learn the tales of a person, you know that they're lying to you. That's science. That's called facial recognition. They can tell when you're lying. It's better than a damn lie detector test. The face doesn't lie. No matter how good they are. There's certain tales. That's why they call it in poker tales. Because you study the person. When you're playing poker, you study the person, not the hand. You study them. So any guy you're with, you study his facial expression. You'll know whether they're lying to you or not. Start studying them. Study that person. Because listen, everybody's not going to be, everybody doesn't have good character. Like I said, and so these are life lessons. Like I said, yes, if you got standards, don't go backward and pick up someone with no ambition. I believe that. You're right. If you
okay.
Okay.
All right. I wanted us to move on to the next question, which is how do you know that you love someone? How do you know when you have fallen in love with someone?
Good question. How do you know when you fall in love with someone? Okay, when you fall in love with someone, that means you care about them more than you do yourself. You're willing to die for that person. You have no inkling on dying for them. Them being harmed hurts you more than it hurts them. That's when you know you truly have love for someone else than you. Not that you love them, but you're in love with them. Okay, to have love. I have love for friends, love for other people, but in love. In love means you're willing to die for that person, and you're willing to go to all walks of the earth to try to make them happy. That's being in love. But it's hard to stay in love. Now that takes, to stay in love is hard. Now I will admit that with Gwen and others, it's hard to stay in love with you. So you got to keep re-emphasizing certain things. That's when you got to be, like she said, compatible. To stay in love with someone, you must be compatible. Are we spiritually connected? Are we do we vibe? Do we like similar things? Because they say two opposites attract. No, that's a lie. Because if you're doing different things, you're going to eventually get on each other's nerves. So you have to, where your focus goes, so that your energy flows.
Ladies, ladies, say something. Gwen, are you there? Muriel, are you there?
Oh, no.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, there.
I'm there. Yeah,
I was listening.
I was going to say,
Mr. X said, someone said 10 years. A man won't wait 10 days around. Exactly. In America, ain't nobody waiting no 10 years. That's an African thing. There's too many black women in America. I'm not waiting 10 years. Go ahead, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me mute my mic. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say I agree with what he just said. I feel like it's the little things that matter. Like he said, maybe probably you've been friends for a long time. you wake up someday or you just realize someday that you can't sleep without asking the other person if they've eaten. You are more concerned with their happiness over yours. You understand? Like when they laugh, when they smile, it makes you happy as well.
Exactly.
For me, I think those are the
Exactly.
telltale signs that you're in love with someone. It's really the simple things. You just care about their day to day life. You want to know what's going on. You want to know if they eat. You want to know if
Yeah.
they're okay and everything. That's how you can tell without effort, because that doesn't even require effort. It's it comes sort of like
No,
subconsciously. You
that's
just
what love.
care about someone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what love is. Now you got to cultivate it. Now you got to now you got to cultivate. You got to prune it like you would a garden. You got to take care of the love. You got to pay attention to it, because if you don't, you will start to lose it. So it takes what? It takes your
That's
attention
that's
to
that's
keep
that's
it.
where the friendship and the compatibility then comes in. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. We agree. Now, I don't know. I don't think this is Gwen, because Gwen be talking about, you ain't got no money. Where's my money at? And I'll be like, Gwen. I'll be like, Gwen. I'll be like, Gwen, hit the street.
No, I think Keith. No, Keith. I think you really got me wrong. I think now you think I'm just this person. Okay, wait. Let me tell you something. Okay, so this is me. Um, I'm established. I'm not rich, but I'm okay. I've got my own place. I've got my own things. I take care of my own bills, and I'm very traditional. I consider you as a man if you are able to take care of me. You understand? Like in the long
Okay,
run,
now,
when we get married.
that's
Because
true. Now, that's true.
when we're dating, obviously,
I'm
I
not.
can take care of the bills when we go out. I
No,
can do
no,
that.
no, no.
But
I'm not.
then
No, no,
it
no.
cannot
I'm
be
not
an
disagreeing with you,
everyday
Gwen.
thing.
Gwen,
Mm.
Gwen, I'm not disagreeing with you. A man's job is to defend and protect his woman. He's got to defend
Yay.
and take care of her. He must provide. He must provide. I don't disagree with that one. Now, he's got to provide. Or Gwen, he's got to hit the streets. He's got to provide. Okay. I believe
Amen.
men have to.
Preach.
Yes, yes, he's got to hit the streets. I'm just saying, on the way up to provide, I'm saying on the way up, the struggle sometimes. Okay, now I'm not married anymore. Um, and my wife's a good woman, so see, I'm not gonna trash my ex-wife, because beautiful woman. As what's the other lady name with the M? See, we spiritually grew apart. I wanted to go back to my African roots. She did not, and so that caused division. So, um, so that means we grew apart spiritually different. We were on different paths, and that's not a bad thing. So, I won't sit and trash the woman because we grew apart spiritually. But in the beginning, we struggled together. We grew together. We grew together. I mean, of course, I had everything in the beginning. I took care of her, but she matched me. She matched me. So, but did she meet me when I did have something. So I guess I didn't have nothing. But anyway, she was, but she was loyal. She was a good friend, and so that's why I wouldn't. And she's the mother of my children, so I would not trash that woman. But when it,
All
and I
right.
like I said, but go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for that, Kid. Um, it seems like the people from the chat room, they're really enjoying this conversation. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, moving on to the next question. Do you think celebrating Valentine, birthdays, and anniversary with your partner is corny?
It's not corny. I feel like it's very important. Even those
What did you say?
anytime gifts.
Celebrating what?
I feel like
I'm sorry, I missed it.
it's
I'm sorry.
important.
Let me hear the
It's not
question again.
corny.
I don't mean to. Let me hear the question again. What was the question? I missed the
Do you
question.
think that do you okay, the question was, do you think celebrating Valentine, birthdays, and anniversary is corny?
Okay. I don't agree with the Valentine because you guys will know that that's a homosexual thing. But birthdays and celebrations, yes, you must. That's some homosexual stuff that you guys don't know. That's some homosexual nonsense. Everybody got the little baby naked shoes. I don't celebrate that. But yes, you must pay tribute to your significant other on birthdays and celebrations. Yes. Go ahead, Gwen. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Gwen. Whoever talk.
I think it's very important. It's yeah, it is important, especially like if you try to find out your partner's love language. You can date someone whose love language is gifts. And what's the best way to give them gifts? On their birthday, anniversary, anytime gifts, or the homosexual celebration.
Yeah,
So,
exactly right, Nick. They don't know that. They go around exactly, Nick. They don't know. They think it's a joke. That's real. That when white people came to South Africa and Zimbabwe and gave them that Valentine's Day, that's a homosexual ritual. Don't get mad. That's a fact. I didn't know that growing up. I used to celebrate it too. I was like, whoa, what is this thing? But birthdays, I believe you must celebrate your significant. But as far as some homosexual, nah, I don't do that. But but celebrating your significant other's birthday, I think that's truly important. To make them special on the day they were born, I love that because I want to make them that's their day. So if I'm in love with not just love them, I'm in love with them. So I want to make them feel the most special they could be. Not on no goofy homosexual Valentine's Day gave from the European. Damn that. I'm talking about their birthday, the day that God created them for me. They're there in my life. That's the day they came into existence on this planet. So that's a very special day for me. And of course, I want to celebrate that day. I want to bring them nothing but joy that day. I want to see their face. That's what she was talking about. You want to see the face. I want to see her face light up. I want to see a smile and complete happiness and vibrant, and knowing that I brought that to her. I gave her a day. Every day on her birthday, she knows I'm going to go all out to make her feel loved and cared for. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that on no Valentine's. If you're looking for Valentine's, you're gonna be asked out.
Let's say your birthday is coming up. Or the day you guys met, your anniversary is coming up. Is it okay to tell your guy what you want, or you should just leave it up to them? Do you tell them, oh, baby, I want this nice stilettos, or oh, I want this
No, because you're trying to make them happy. They can't read your mind. I can't read your mind. I need to know what you want. So I'm not a mind reader. So I think you should come
can I ask you something?
Also,
Can I ask you something?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Let's just say we're in a relationship, right? And I'm in love with you. Being in love with someone, I think you also have to try to know what that person likes or what makes them go crazy. Because obviously, if we're in a relationship, I'm going to hint. Not that I want you to buy me something. Probably my phone is broken. I'm going to hint. Oh, I hope by the end of the month I'm going to be able to buy a new phone. Or we go to the mall.
You know what, Gwen? Men are stupid. You can't do that to men. Men are stupid. You can't do that. Men are stupid.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
You can't leave a hint, sister. You're gonna have to be honest. Say, baby, I need a new phone. Because if you don't, you're gonna be disappointed. Men are stupid. Just tell them. Don't be coy. Oh, I need a new phone. My phone is broken. He's not paying attention to that. You got to be direct. See, that's how. See, women. See, we women communicate differently than men, and you got to learn that. We communicate differently. And so
I agree with Keith here, because personally what I do, a couple of days, maybe about 20-30 days from my birthday, I make a list because as much as I want as much as I want him to buy what I want, I also want a little feeling of surprise. So what I do is I make a list, maybe of about 5 things, and then he will choose what he wants to buy. It will still be a surprise. I don't really know what he's going to buy, but I definitely know he's going to buy something that I like. So I make a
There
list
you go.
and
You
I
know it's on the list. See? That's it.
exactly
See,
choose
now you're
something on
happy,
the list
and
and buy that for me.
there you go.
What if
See,
you make
he's
a list?
happy, and
What
you're
if
happy.
you make a list for him, right? And it turns
Mhm.
out maybe he can't afford
No,
or
that's the thing. That's the thing. You should know your man, what your man
Then
can
you,
afford
then you
and
get,
what he
then
can't
you get,
afford.
yeah. Then you get rid of his ass. Then you get rid of him. We're
Exactly.
talking about.
Because I
Now
can't
you kick.
I can't tell my boyfriend I want a G Wagon when he can't even maybe
What if
afford the
I make
MacBook.
a
Like you
list?
Exactly.
understand.
Okay,
You have
maybe
to
though.
stay yes.
What if I make a list? I make a list. I probably write a watch, perfume, heels. I don't know something, and then he doesn't buy anything on that list, and he buys something else. Probably he. Okay, maybe I didn't put a watch there. Then he buys me some expensive watch that I didn't even want or need. How am I supposed to react?
Wow,
take it.
that's tricky
Good
because
God. Hold on. Hold
the
on. Hold on.
whole point of making a list is to avoid those kind of situations. So I mean, if he
Hold on.
does, I don't know. You just have to
That's
maybe
what I'm
So now,
appreciate the
saying. That's
effort,
so now you
exactly
would
but
what
have.
I'm
tell him
So now you
asking.
would
please.
have
I
got it
can
down the
write.
false direction.
I can say I need a wallet. I can say, okay, this is my list: a wallet, a phone, chocolate, a cup. Sorry, I'm just saying the things that are in this room. A toiletry bag,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
he goes,
Okay. And
boom! He
he
buys
gets
me
none of it.
a watch, or he buys me a pair of earrings that weren't even on the list.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me tell you that. Well, let me say something. You're dating a stupid man, and you need to get rid of his ass.
Exactly.
That's your fault.
Absolutely.
You're dating a stupid man, and it's gonna bring nothing but problems. It's time for you
Okay,
to put on your parachute. It's time for you to put on your
all
parachute
right.
and jump out the plane.
On that issue of the watch, right? Maybe he's seen that you're not sensitive to time and maybe he wants you to be more punctual on
Then
the
Oh,
he should vocalize it.
with
you
your
Then
making
watch.
he
too many excuses. She
vocalize
made
it.
a
No,
list. She made a list. He didn't get nothing on the list. Hey, you been too. He didn't get nothing on this. He got to go. He didn't get nothing on the list.
right?
He's stupid.
It,
He gotta go.
exactly.
How about
If
what?
he wants to buy you a watch, right? He should get it for you after your birthday. But for my
That's
birthday,
right.
I want the things on my list.
Exactly right. Surprise me with the goopy watch another day on Valentine's Day. But on my birthday, I gave you a list. I want something on this list, stupid. So I think that you got to communicate. I think that's right. I want something on the list.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. So I'm gonna look at the list. I said, okay, obviously my wife wants something on this list, and she wouldn't have made the list. This would be what null and void. It'd be idiotic for her to make a list. I don't adhere to what she's telling me on this list. That means I'm willfully stupid, and then negligibly not paying attention to her wants and desires. That means now I'm being hostile to what she wants and desires. So, you know, women don't like that. Women don't like when you be openly hostile. I wrote a list and you don't comply with nothing on the list. There's gonna be problems in the house. You're gonna be sleeping on the couch. You're gonna be out on the couch.
Okay. Another question to the floor. Do you believe in fate, destiny, love at first sight, or that is not possible? What do you believe in?
I believe love at first sight. Hell no. I believe it's attractive because takes time to fall in love. Is there lust at first sight? Yes. There's lust at first sight. I've been in lust at first sight many times. There's lust at first sight. Love, you can't
There's
love
nothing like that.
you can't love something that you don't know. There's no such thing as love. That's some European nonsense again. No such thing as love. You can't love something you don't know. Love is a process. So no such thing, but is there lust at first sight? Yeah, I've been in lust at first sight many times. Like, goddamn, I'm in lust. Shit. So I've been in lust, yes. But love, no. Because you don't, to love something, you must know it. Love is a process. It's a
I
process.
agree. I agree. I feel like if love was a feeling, right, then that would be possible. But I feel like I believe love to be judgment, to be a decision, to be a promise.
Exactly.
You don't put it over a day or over hours. That's lust. And yet people do
Exactly.
confuse lust for love, huh? People do confuse lust for love almost every day.
Of course.
But
Of
I
course
don't
it is.
think, yeah, I don't think there's anything called love is just
No,
right.
no. That's something from a movie. It's not real. No, because love comes with learning someone. Oh, love is a process. Now, like I said, I can lie
It
to
takes
you
a
till
lot of it
yeah.
takes a lot of consideration for you to say, I'm in love with someone.
Yes. Yes. Because
Of
now,
course, we can't
with the
put a
love,
timeline to it, but like a few hours it won't cut it. It won't cut it all. Won't cut it all. Even a few days won't cut it.
yeah. Because
That's what
then
I think.
I got to know your habits. Now, I'm in the house with you now. You're annoying me because you grind your teeth at night, or you leave your underwear on the floor, and I don't like it. That's what kind of annoying habits do you got? Do you eat with your mouth open? So now all the luster goes out the window. This ain't no love. Oh man, this girl don't pick up her underwear. She leaves them on the floor. Oh man, oh hell no. You got to go. I'm over the lust. So love is a process. Because when I love you, I can overlook those simple annoyances now. Okay, let me baby, can you just put
Okay.
your underwear in the hamper or something? Can you pick them up off the floor? Please. I don't want to come and see your underwear on the floor, please. Something like that. Because now we're dealing with what? We're working with one another. That's how love goes back and forth. Now we're what? Like you said, we're merging our compatibility, as the young lady said. Now we're merging our compatibility. Are we compatible? Now I just can't see you and say I love you. I don't know if we're compatible or not. You could be some nut, some serial killer or something. You could put poison in my drink. You might be some jealous nut. How do I know anything about you? I turn around and say hi to another woman. You all jealous and crazy. I'm gonna kill his ass. I'm gonna go back and put poison in his teeth or something. I don't know what the hell you thinking.
Okay. All right. Over to the next question. How do you know that your partner is cheating? Are there any signs, any symptoms?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. How do you tell? How do you
yes.
tell? Or how
Usually women.
from
I
experience?
I know the young lady got mad, but usually black women know. Black women usually know. They usually know. I know you know. Black women who are in tune with nature usually know if they man has been cheating on them. They get like a sixth sense. Um, because I would know. I would know. Well, my wife never cheated on me, so knock on wood. But you would know. Not that I know of anyway. I can't know everything, but their behavior to you starts to change. They start to get distant from you. The behavior around you becomes more erratic. They're more short with you. They have less patience for you because their mind is off thinking about the other person, not you. So they lose focus in you. So women know that. Women know when a man, and shout out to Lady Vine if you're in Thailand. Uh, women know when they're not the focus in a man's world. Women know that. Women know if they're not the focus. They be like, oh, hold on, what's going on? Women know when they're not the focus in a man's world. You guys got the floor. You got to tell me yes or no. Women usually know that.
Well, we
Gwen
do.
and
We
Mira, Gwen
do.
and Mira, speak for yourselves. You are the females. Tell us,
No,
tell us, tell us.
we actually do. You can tell. You can tell. But then the problem is when you're in love with someone, you tend to
You're
overlook
blind.
some of the things.
You're blind. You're totally blind.
Exactly. You see them and then you'll be like, nah, I'm seeing my own things, right? You tend to overlook them because you're in love with someone. You can only realize that after you're
That's
like,
true.
oh, shoot, nigga was playing me. So it's really hard, especially when you're still in a relationship, when you're
That's
still in
true.
love with someone, it's hard to
But
tell.
no, you know, but you don't listen. You just explained something. No, you just said you tell because you know. You just said you know, but you don't want to accept it. There's a difference. You know, you
Because
don't want
it's
to
giving your
accept it. 'Cause
partner
you're
a
gonna
benefit of doubt, right? It's giving your
you
partner a benefit of doubt. And it's normal. Every normal person would do that.
does what? Does
Miriro,
what? What do they do?
can I interrupt you? Sorry. I feel
Sure.
like people know that your person is cheating on you. If I'm dating a
That's right.
guy and he's been talking to me like in the morning, in the afternoon,
Mhm.
in the evening, literally the whole day, and then he just stops actually. His
Mhm.
messages are now
Mm-hmm.
short messages, one word answers and all that. I know that something is going on. I will
They're
know that
focused.
he is cheating.
Yep.
He doesn't
But
come to
listen,
spend time with me anymore. The reason
They're
why you
focused.
don't break up with that person is because you're still stuck in the past memories, like you're lingering onto the memories, but
Right.
you know deep down that your relationship is dead. You know deep
Exactly.
down that your man is gone. But the fact that is there is that people don't want to be lonely. That's the honest truth. You don't love yourself enough that you can
Exactly
be
right,
on your
Sean.
own.
Exactly right, Sean. A woman would know before a man. Women are more. These these ladies are young, so they don't really. I don't think they know that yet. A woman knows. A woman has better sixth sense than a man. You're right. Women know. I talk to women. You know, I'm around women all day. Women know before a man would know. You got that right. Women would
I
know. Women get like a sixth sense. They know. A woman knows. I'm not just talking. Even though the young lady expressed something just now, and she's right. Not just that the attention goes. There's a certain vibe. A woman can pick up on that vibe. You're like, what, what, what the hell's going on?
I agree with you. I agree with both of you, Keith and Gwen. I agree with you that we know. But my point was, in the beginning, we tend to overlook these things. When you're in
Yes, ma'am.
love,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
very first day he ignores you, you won't think he's cheating on you. You think he's busy. You always make
But is it
excuses for him
love
because
or
you're in
it's the
love with him.
fear of being alone? Is it really love
It's
or it's
not
the fear
that.
of being
It's not
alone?
that. No, that you can't say because you can't say the moment you have a feeling that someone cheating on you, you're supposed to break up with someone.
No,
There should be that
it's not
room.
about the
Wait,
feeling. It's not
let me
about the feeling. You can feel it
let me
today,
finish.
right? You can feel it today. You feel it
Mm-hmm,
today. And then
mm-hmm.
the whole of next week, he's acting shady. A month goes by, he's acting shady, and you're still in that relationship. Why are you in that relationship?
But you actually have no evidence yet that he's cheating.
Right.
Okay, you
But
don't
you
have
ain't.
evidence. You don't have evidence,
But you
but the
are
energy that
assuming,
he's
yes.
giving
The
you. Okay,
signs are
but
there that he's cheating. Wait, the signs are there that he's cheating, but you don't have evidence yet. I feel like
Hard evidence.
relationships.
I
Wait,
got
okay,
you.
so
You said you
you're
don't.
waiting
let me
until you
finish.
catch him in the
Let
act.
Let
me
her go.
finish.
Let her go
Are you
ahead.
going
Let
to
me
wait
finish.
for it? Are you going to wait until you catch him in the act, until
She's
you
saying
get
hard
messages?
evidence. I get her. She said you don't have
Exactly.
hard evidence.
I feel like relationships are deeper than that. I feel like when you say you trust someone, it like the other person should really convince you that they are not worth your trust. Not to
Okay, I
say
got a
as
question.
a like
I
from the
got a
word
question
go, then
before
you
we
be
get
like, you
out
know
of
what,
here.
I'm done with this.
I
Relationships are
got a
more than
question
that.
before we
They
get
are
out of here.
deeper than
I got
that.
I got a question before we get out of here. Do you forgive a man who's cheated on you? Would you take a man back who's cheated? Say, you know, I'm
Hell
sorry.
no, I
I
wouldn't.
made a mistake.
No, never.
I made a
No.
Well,
mistake.
it depends for me. It depends
Yes,
for me. It
I made a
depends.
mistake. Baby, I made a mistake. I was in my time of need. I had lust at first sight. I was weak. I'm sorry.
Oh, you made a
It's about
mistake.
you.
You made a mistake. You were texting this woman. It was a mistake. You went to her house. It was a mistake. You guys had a
I,
nightcap. It was a mistake. You took off your
I,
clothes. It was a mistake.
I
For
slipped and
three
fell
flipping
in it.
months.
Baby, I slipped and fell in it. I slipped and I fell into her,
Oh,
in
Cheating
you
is
her
more
kept
than
on
bed.
slipping. You kept on slipping for 3 months. No
I
way.
slipped. I slipped
cheating is
and
more
fell.
than sex,
I
you guys.
slipped and fell into her bed. I tripped on a banana peel and I fell in the bed and she caught me. She caught me.
Personally,
For me, I'm not gonna lie. As a man, you cheat on me. I gotta show you the door. I'm with the young lady. Ain't no coming back. I'm so. And then, oh my God, y'all. I know you're in Zimbabwe, you're in Zim or South Africa. I found out you've been with a non-black man. You definitely gotta hit the streets. You definitely about it there. You got to go. I mean, you better get your stuff out of here, or I'm burning it up. You better get up out of here. You got to go. you got you got to hit the street. There's no forgiving. Because that's right. There are no accidents. You know what you did? You consciously decided to sleep with another person. So now you mean you put my life in jeopardy. 'Cause I don't know the person that you decided to have intimate relationships with. You were
Exactly.
irresponsible with my
And you're
life.
putting me
I
at
don't know who you.
risk.
it depends.
Exactly.
No, no, no. It depends. It depends on what you call intimacy. It depends on what you
I'm
call
talking
intimacy.
about sex.
Wait, let me finish. Let me
Go ahead.
finish.
Even
Right?
if you don't
Um,
have sex with the person, even if you don't have sex with the person, Miro, I'm in a relationship with someone, right? I'm giving you my all. You're supposed to give me your all. I'm supposed to be your
It's
friend,
true.
and you're my friend. So if I've
you
got
It's
know what?
true.
something that's troubling
No,
me
no.
and I can't speak to my lady
You're
friends,
exact.
I
You're
come to
exactly
you.
right. But I want to hear
I
what you
can't be
got to
going
say.
to
You're
the next
exactly right.
guy.
Do you know
I
what?
can't
Exactly
go
right.
to the
For
next
me,
guy.
Gwen, it's actually the opposite. Yeah, I
Mm.
wouldn't forgive my boyfriend if he's having meaningful, fruitful conversation with another person, even if they're not sleeping
That's not
together.
cheating.
They have that
That's not
emotional, that
cheating.
deep
So you would
intimacy.
forgive him if he
Like,
sleeps with
You
someone
having a
else.
conversation with
if
someone is
it
not
doesn't
cheating.
speak just physical, I could actually forgive him. I could actually
Never.
forgive. I swear to you, I could actually forgive him.
You're a good woman.
But if
Hey,
he's taking his emotional side with that person, if you know they are that, I can't forgive, because
you're a good
that's
woman.
what that
You're a
we
good
say in
woman.
common.
You're a good woman, and I'm not that good. You just swapped bodily fluids with this man. You got to go. You just thought, because I'm telling you now. And me and my wife used to joke about this. I can never get over the image. I'm a visual person. I can never get over the image of another man touching my wife, and I mean doing all kind of ungodly things to her.
Exactly,
I
Keith.
I
That's
could
so
I be
true.
thinking every time I look at you, I be looking at that man touching you and doing certain things, and I was like,
Or every time
I
when we're
can't,
making love
I
and
can't.
then you're moaning and doing all things, I'll be asking myself, is it me that's
Exactly,
satisfying you or you're thinking of the other
exactly.
person?
I'm glad you're
But
honest. Thank
listen,
God. That's Gwen. Good looking out, Gwen. I'm glad you're honest. Exactly, me too. I'll be thinking that too. I'm like you, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep 100. I don't mean to be vulgar, but I'll be thinking her, you no good rotten bitch.
for me, if they didn't have an emotional connection, if it was just purely physical, I can get past that. It's not a deal breaker for me. It's really not.
Okay, Miriro, can I please give you an example of a
How
couple
more
that I
emotional can
know?
you get
I
A
without
think
couple
telling
that
there's
my
a
I
kind
know
of
of.
business with you?
opportunity that is how to go. Yes, I'm listening.
So I've got a
Yes.
couple that I know. They were dating, and then the wife, okay, she was a girlfriend back then. She cheated, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy forgave her. He forgave her in quotes. He didn't really forgive her.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Uh-oh.
they got married, so each time they would have fights, the guy would always bring up that incident.
Oh,
Why do you
I
good.
can't
marry
Guys,
even
guys
Gwen?
talk to you.
actually
I
do
can't
that.
even do this
Why do you
with you
marry Gwen?
because
That's a marriage
It's
that can't
different
work.
vice
Why do you marry
versa.
her?
you see, and then he would always bring it up, meaning he never forgave
I
her.
would.
He did not
Exactly.
forgive
Thing
him.
is, Gwen, let me tell you what happens, right? Men do not forgive. If my man
We
catches
don't.
me cheating,
We don't.
I will leave.
We
Even if
don't.
he says he's forgiving me, I will leave by myself. But if it's vice
So I'm
versa,
part of the man. I'm part of the male community. I will not forgive my partner
yes,
for cheating.
ah, definitely, I would
The moment you just take off another woman's bra, that's it for me. I will not forgive you.
relationships
You're
are deeper
gone.
than that. I feel like just because we can't base relationships on sex, guys, right? They are deeper than that. You can't just break up
I
with
know
someone because they had
relationships are
sex
deeper
with
than that,
someone.
but Mirira, let me tell you something. Let me say something. You might forgive, you might feel like you're forgiving that person because they slept with someone. Maybe they went to the bar and they had a one night stand. But there's a point in your life whereby you go back to that moment. He can do something. When he goes to when he goes to the bar, you won't fully trust him. You always be thinking, what if he does it again? What if he slips on a banana peel and
That's
she
right.
catches him again?
Let me tell you.
You can never fully forgive someone for infidelity.
There's always banana
You
peels around, and
you
you can
don't.
slip on them.
Let me tell you my point of view, right? You don't let it slide. But okay, fine for me, I wouldn't let it slide just like that. I wouldn't skate past it, but also I wouldn't jump him. Here's the thing, I'm a doctor. I'll make him suffer, right? If it means I won't sleep with him for 3 months so we get tested for HIV, if it means I'm going to give him laxatives that he gets diarrhea for like a week, let it be. But I will not jump him because
Why go through all that? Why be a bad
I will let him
person?
suffer.
Why
That's so
do
he
that?
knows next time he
Why go
Because
to those lengths?
Because she's better than us as a woman. Because most women do forgive. Women, and you are like me, Gwen. Most women are not like you. Most women do forgive because you are the feminine. You are the feminine half of the masculine. You will forgive. Most men do not. Like
most men do not. But I mean,
but Keith, do you know what? Miro, you said you're a doctor. I'm more into mental health and mental peace. You were saying you were revenge. Do you know it takes way much more strength for you to revenge? Do you know that?
But it takes
like
less.
Really bad. You use more muscle.
But revenge takes less energy than heartbreak. Than a heartbreak.
I'm telling you that. I would go to him. I
would take revenge over heartbreak any day. I would definitely take revenge over heartbreak day.
I would go to M and say, M, you know what? I fell on that banana peel. It was nothing emotional. I fell and I slipped and I did what I did. It'll never happen. I'm so sorry. What can I do to make it up? She'll take you back. I'll be like, damn, I didn't. Cool.
And then you'll do it again and
again
and again.
Of course I will.
But if you trust your person, you should believe when they say they won't do it again.
Like, you know what?
That is love.
No. Miro, do you know what you'll be doing? You'll be like, oh, honey, wait, let me buy you shoes that don't make you slip. That's exactly what you're doing. You're giving the next person, like, you're literally opening the door to disrespect you.
So
if a person disrespects you at once, they need to go. They have to leave.
So
I feel like everyone deserves a second chance.
No. There are things that deserve second chance, not infidelity.
God bless you, M. God bless you. Because without women like you, how can there be scandals on the planet? God bless you.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Because you are, I love. Go ahead. I'll take the check, but
do you know what you're saying about everyone deserves a second chance? This is why our mothers are stuck in the marriages that they're in because our dads were cheats.
Because they do that.
No,
that's
different.
Yes, our mothers, especially African mothers here in Zimbabwe, they are stuck in marriages. They're not happy because they've been forgiving their cheating husbands over and over and over
that's
again
everywhere.
because everyone
Gwen,
deserves a
Gwen.
second chance.
Gwen,
For that, I beg to
Gwen,
differ. I beg to differ.
Gwen,
There are a lot
Gwen.
of factors. Sorry, there are a lot of factors involved in that. I feel like that previous generation education comes into play. The fact that most of them were housewives comes into play. The
Okay,
children factor comes into play
can I just
because
interrupt you there? I'll give you a very good example. My mom wasn't a housewife. She's not a housewife. My mom is a certified accountant, a chartered accountant. My mom owns a farm. She's a businesswoman. She's got her money. Everything is in check. But my dad was a douche. You know, he cheated on. Listen. Wait, let me finish. He cheated on her the first time. She forgave him. When his mistress came with a son, she forgave him. Oh, everybody deserves a second chance. A learned woman who could have left.
He came out with outside son?
Yeah.
He came with a whole nother kid? See,
kid.
Hey, Gwen, hold on, Gwen. You are explaining love American style.
So Keith, it's the first child, right? It's the first child out of wedlock. He comes, he's like, I'm sorry, what. The child didn't come to stay with us. My mom is like, it's okay. We can pay maintenance for the son, right? That's the first one. Then a few years later, bam, a second one comes through. My mom is like, oh, everyone deserves a second chance. Let me give him a third one. He gets a third one. And you know what? Later on, he dates her friend.
What?
Oh, Gwen's a little girl. Gwen was a little girl traumatized. Gwen was a little girl all traumatized. What the hell is going on, Mama? What are you doing?
So you know what?
That's love here in American style.
It's so unfortunate. You know what? Wait, it's so unfortunate that my dad then passed away. Like, he passed away about 15 years ago. So now my mom, when she talks about her marriage, she regrets staying. She actually embraces the death because she says it was kind of like, I got out of jail or I got out of a sad marriage, because she wasn't really happy, But the fact that she was giving him second chances, she thought he was going to change. She kept on giving him second, third, fourth chances. Imagine if my dad was still alive. How many kids would he have right now?
Let me interject something real quick. People, let me say this real quick. People in the chat room, y'all know this is a movie they just made. Everybody go look at, because Gwen is just now describing a movie that came out a few years ago with Denzel Washington called Fences. Everybody go look at the movie Fences. Everybody go look at the movie Fences with Denzel Washington and what's old girl's name? Something, whatever the sister's name, something Davis. When he goes to have an outside child, he said, "Are you gonna take care of this child?" She's like, "What?" So, but Gwen is saying that happens. You guys know that happens all the time in America, and the black woman puts up with that shit.
Exactly.
That's universal. That's universal. That's nothing to do with Zimbabwe. That's African women. Go ahead.
No, my point was, it's not that all three factors have to be there, but probably she stayed because she didn't want you kids to go through the trauma of divorce. Maybe it's not because she didn't have money or what, but like there are reasons why people stay in these marriages. For our generation now,
okay, I asked her. I asked my mother.
We come from the African culture, you know that. And from outside, marriage is like a great accomplishment in life. But people are miserable in those marriages because of society, and also because they're staying for their kids. Otherwise, there isn't love anymore. People are. It's just fake everywhere. People are just staying for the kids, and also people don't want to grow old alone. You see?
I agree with you. with you.
What
Taught
about
it.
the kids? What about the children that you're creating outside the marriage and the woman and the relationship the wife is having with these other children that are not hers? It's so disrespectful. Is she
Very
going to treat those
disrespectful.
children with respect, Em? Is she going to treat
And
those
not
children
even
with
that,
respect?
Keith. You
I'm
know
just saying.
what? I asked my mom. I asked her why she stayed. My mom never said she stayed. She stayed because of us. My mom
She
said
wouldn't.
she didn't love herself enough.
No, Gwen.
She
She
didn't
wouldn't say
love
that.
herself
Wait,
enough
wait.
to
Let me
leave.
let me
You
interrupt you.
see?
Let me interrupt you a little bit. Let me interrupt you a little bit. She cannot tell you that because at the end of the day, she doesn't want you to feel the burden that she had to suffer because of you. So she
Not
would
even.
never
Me and
tell you
my
that
mom
I
were
stayed
close.
because of you.
Because of
Me
her.
and my mom we are so close. We tell each other
I think her
things.
mom was
We are
honest.
I
close.
get
think her
it,
mom
but
was
like
being honest.
you can't tell you no matter whether your child is your best friend or what, you can't tell them I said because of you because they will grow up thinking, you know what, my mother suffered
No,
because of me, and that is not fair on the child. They can't tell you that no matter how close you are.
man, now I think Gwen's telling the truth because a lot of women do feel inadequate why they don't leave. That's an American. That's an African thing. I know. I've been all over the world. That's an African. Women tell they feel inadequate, and that man and her father probably made her mother feel inadequate. Just like on go look at that movie Fences, everybody. He made that woman feel inadequate, and she stayed with his ass after he had that outside
Because
kid.
even in relationships, Keith, even in relationships like boyfriend girlfriend relationships, you're not even married. Like what I was telling you earlier, Miriro, that if someone cheats on you, you're supposed to show him the door. But the fact that
You
you're
are.
scared of being alone and you're not in love with the person, but you're in love with the idea of being in a relationship, you're just supposed to be
Hey,
with someone for the
but Gwen,
photos, for the dinner
but Gwen,
dates, for the what not
Gwen,
what, and you don't love yourself enough. You will stay in
Gwen,
an abusive relationship or a shitty relationship because of that.
Okay.
Gwen, this.
And
Let me say this, Rami. Let me say this real
cheating.
quick.
They're
Let me say
saying
this real
cheating
quick.
in a relationship, the solution for it is not one size fits all. Every
Of
relationship
course,
is different. The
of
people
course.
with it on an and people deal with it on an individual basis. Some are worth saving and some are not.
Oh, we lost him. But
That's
let
the
me say this,
comment
Rami.
from
Let me
the
say
chat.
this. Let me say this real quick. Let me get this out. Because Gwen is right. Because if there's a saying in America, I can do bad by myself. You cheating on me. I can do bad by myself. You got to go. I can do bad all by myself. I don't need you to help me to do bad. I can do bad by myself. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. You were saying, Gwen.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that people should love themselves, Rumbi. Like as an individual, whether you're a guy or you're a woman, you're supposed to love yourself first before you commit yourself to another person. You know, that way it actually gives you more leverage in a relationship because the moment you don't love yourself, you're going to be a walkover in any aspect of life, whether it's at work, your friends, these boyfriend girlfriend relationships. For example, at work, if you're not confident in yourself, people will just walk over you. Even interns will walk over you because you don't love yourself enough. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, a person cheats on you or someone smacks you. Yeah, let's just talk about cheating. You'll be like, oh, let me just give him a second chance. He's gonna change. No one is gonna change. The moment you just open the door of disrespect, it will never be closed.
Exactly
Uh,
right. And if somebody ever touches you, you don't ever accept nobody ever putting their hands on you. That's it. That's the end. There's no forgiveness. There's no coming back. Anybody put their hands on you, you leave. That's it. Because there's something wrong with them. They got to go fix them. So you let them go.
yes, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go. Okay. This seems to be quite a very hot topic. Let me just go through the people from the comment section who joined us today. We have hello there, hi Martin, Ngobile Moyo. Thank you for engaging. You've been quite participative since we started this. And from Rujeko. Oh, shout out to my sister Rujeko Mzopa. Hey. Um, okay. Nish Panda Facts. Peace fam. Thank you. You're always here with us. Q Montana, following interesting discussion. Yeah, quite interesting. Um, okay, Ngobile again. Okay, so we just want to thank everyone who was participating in this interesting topic. It seems people are quite enjoying it. So I'm guessing we can start off and continue again from this topic tomorrow. Get your hands out of my pocket, okay? Shout out to you. Shout out to Kay Williams. Shout out to Kay Williams again. Snobile Moyo. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Sean's Court. Shout out to Sean's Court. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit of everyone who was here. Okay, so thank you all for um the chat today. It was quite interesting, good vibes. It also brought a bit of healing to me. I enjoyed the discussion. So we now have to round off. Maybe Gwen and Keith, you could give us a bit of closing remarks before we close down the show. You're breaking up, Gwen.
Keith is the one who's talking.
Okay. You're breaking up, Keith. We can't hear you.
Am I breaking up?
Hello, Keith? Keith? Okay, maybe Gwen, you can say a few words before we close down the show.
Um, what can I say? I just feel like relationships are a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Some you win, some you lose. And I don't think that there's a glove that will fit your hand. I feel like relationships are actually a job. It's like a second job from your initial job. You have to put in the work. And if the next person isn't reciprocating, like it's supposed to be a balanced scale. Sometimes it's 80-20, but it's not supposed to be 80-20 every day. So if the next person isn't putting in the work, they need to go. Like we need to get to a point whereby we don't what's the word? I want to say it in Shona. We don't yengerera. Like we don't lick people's asses for them to love us. You know? So we don't need to lick people's asses for them to love us back or for them to do things for us because I feel like relationships are a second job. When you go to work, you put in the work for a promotion. When you're at work, you're fighting your ass off so that you can get more money, you can get a raise, you can get a promotion. It has to happen with relationships as well, that you need to put in the work. And you need to love yourself first before you commit yourself to the second person. Otherwise, you'll be a walkover and it'll just be a shit show until the end. So, yeah.
Okay, that was from Gwen, our financial analyst from Zimbabwe and Southern Africa. I see Keith is trying to connect, so I'm not sure if he's still coming in or I can just close down the show. Thank you all for tuning in today. This was the African Duchess Show, and we had a really hot topic today, which was on relationships, on relationships, and we had two guests today. We had Miriro Mudiwa, we had Gwendoline, fine women from Zimbabwe. Tune in again tomorrow for another exciting, hot, hot topic. Um, Tell a friend, share the link to others so that we can all have good vibes here. Shout out to Keith, the man who's making this happen, the man who's the behind the scenes, and shout out to Cami, shout out to Spikes, my colleagues from the Black Hot Fire Network. From me, the Duchess. Okay, peace and blessings, Keith and the panelists. Peace to the melanated family out there. Be safe, everyone. Thank you. That's from Sean. Sean, be safe as well. Be safe. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. We'll meet again tomorrow. The Duchess is sending love to everyone who was on the show. Be safe and take good care of yourselves. Um, Good night from me, and to those who are just waking up, have a good day. Thank you for today. Bye. I'm out.